So he played with him. What happened?
Some friendly banter that started years ago, and you know what?
And you can't show
a
that
little bit of
gesture.
insight for you. I'm actually to blame for what happened that game because
Really?
Did you
so
do
this all
something?
started in CPL, and the boys had some friendly banter and whatnot happened, and then that game where you guys played, Ben was playing for Zalmi, you were playing for Quetta. I actually was like, Ben, that's the guy that you know. And Ben went, it is too. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh my God, what is going on here? So I feel really bad because I reminded him
You reminded him.
of the spice
And
before.
then-
But you know what? I think, yes, look, we should all be well behaved on cricket fields. But personally, as a spectator, I love a bit of giggle. I love a bit of fun. So you two are great now. Like everything's fine. But I think the one thing that franchise cricket has robbed us a little bit of is that competitiveness and that spice, because
I agree.
I play with you one day, I play against you the next day. I don't want to walk into a change room and he just be like, well, you know, you flipped me
I
off,
want to
so
bring
I'm
you
not
in
happy.
here just on this little flashback that we're hearing. We talked about this on the show the other night as well.
Yeah, I've given my statement the other day, about it. So, first thing I said, it wasn't, as Erin said, it was not nice thing to do on the field. Obviously, kids are watching. We are ambassador, right? So every kids who are watching, it wasn't a nice thing, but same time it happened, the heat of the moment, things happened. It wasn't a planned thing from me, and I'm sure it wasn't a planned thing from him as well. See, maybe it was.
I don't know what goes on in his mind. I hope not.
I was so surprised. He waited for 5 years to get his revenge. That was the thing.
I love that. Can you imagine?
You waited for me to get old, not bowling so well on my peak, and then get your revenge. But anyway,
I'll say for her is imagine living with the guy then. He holds a grudge.
exactly. Oh, wow.
Poor Ben, we need to take him on call, right?
Now I can say poor you.
But as you said it, they should not sledge on the field.
No.
Coming out from the guy that
Exactly.
he never sledged.
No, never in your life.
Never
said that.
He never did that.
And I guess
sledged,
the
never
only
did
issue
anything.
with Ben is there's so many little things that can get said, little quiet little, nips and whatever. But that was, quite an obvious gesture that no matter what language you speak, you know what he meant.
I know everyone knows.
Now I can assume that you kept on, pinching him for 5 years
Poking
to take your revenge.
Reminding him.
Take your
I
revenge.
swear I didn't. I swear I did not.
Okay.
But it's, here he is. Do you want to have a little look at him again?
Show the camera.
No.
Where is he?
You remember he sorry. Maybe.
No, I'm saying, hold on. Just by watching
he brought it up again, like month ago. So I told him, mate, I'm still one up.
I think that's
And now
where
you get
we-
to play legends against each other.
Yeah,
So bring
he's
it
coming.
on.
He's coming.
But I wanna see
WCL?
this.
Yeah.
There you go. Game on.
Game on.
Round
Once
10.
again,
Game on.
these are the things we talk about on this show, that these rivalries go a long way, and ये जैसे हमेशा शोएब भाई कहते हैं कि ये होनी चाहिए, इनकी वजह से जो है वो गेम अलाइव रहता है. जैसे बाबर वर्सेस आमिर चल रही है, इसी तरह ये चीज years later we were talking about it because it's interesting. So this is what inspires people to follow the game, watch the game. The good boy game तो नहीं चल सकता हमेशा उस तरह.
Just fight more. Is that what you want?
just rivalries
Friendly
ऐसी जो है वो
Rivalry
interest
gets
create
out of
करती
really hand, I tell you right now. Like me and Hayden, we just we are like this to each other on the breakfast table.
Yeah.
Love it.
Just before the game.
Yeah.
And he was way too big of a guy. So I said, nah,
He's a
it's not a
unit.
good
He
idea. It's a
still
big
is.
unit. Great guy, huh?
Yeah.
So actually,
fabulous
my
guy.
next question is about this. Somebody has sent this question for Erin. That how do you feel generally in Australia? How's Shoaib Akhtar taken as a cricketer? Because his brand of cricket was very much like how Aussies used to play their cricket. So he used to match them, and he used to have rivalries with Warney and Hayden and all these people. So how, as an Australian audience, how you guys used to take it, and what's his place in the Aussie pop culture in terms of cricket?
Well, he's still one of the scariest men to ever hold a cricket ball, right? And I think there's so many kids that go, I just want to bowl like the wind, like Shoaib Akhtar. And there's all those names that you mentioned. The personality, the aura, everything about these players transcended the sport, and they've become celebrities and icons because there's so much to love about the character and the performance of it. Like at the end of the day, cricket is entertainment. We're here to entertain a crowd, entertain the next generation, entertain all of you watching at home. So for me, a little bit of this spice in the right way is integral to the game and creating
Yes.
these characters that you then grow up loving for the rest of your life, and then all the people who watch you play, they're teaching their young ones about these great icons of the game. And so when you think of Haydos and Warney and Brett Lee and Mitchell Johnson and those big the big scary fast bowlers as well that just had that spice, like Sean Tate's here as well at the moment. Awesome to see the Wild thing as part of the coaching group as well. Yeah, for me, I think it's an integral part of the game and one that I hope we don't lose. And I know it's really hard because social media is out there now and everything you say and do comes back to haunt you forever. But, for me, that's what makes cricket so exciting, is getting to, have these relationships with these people because they let you in and they're not afraid to bear it all. And when you were steaming in, steam literally coming out of your ears, ready to, bounce someone's head off. It was exciting.
I want to quickly loop you in on, just as we're on this topic, how is it like in women's cricket? I mean, how fierce are the rivalries and the grudges there? I mean, is there a particular one that has been going on for a while that you can tell us about?
I mean, absolutely. In our playing days, you'll always have maybe one or two people from a certain team that you would always have a special competition with. I always talk about Shabnam Ismail, one of the best fast bowlers I've ever played against and played with in league cricket. She's total box office. She's this tiny person in that way, but she is one of the fastest, and she is a great bouncer, great slow one, excellent mind. One of the best fast bowlers. And then when it comes to rivalries, I remember my own was with Madison Cap a lot. She was an all-rounder, I was an all-rounder, and I think I told the story before when we were playing World 11. Both of us were announced in the same team, and we were praying that we don't want the room with the other person. We were both praying the same thing, but when we entered the team hotel, we were roommates.
You were roommates.
Yeah, and I think from that day onwards, we became really good friends. So it's all about knowing the person off the field, and what I've realized mostly is that the most fierce the character on the field, the softest and the most friendliest they are off the field.
And that's true, I mean, for Shoaib Akhtar as well. I mean,
the man I'm dreading for last 10, 15 years, like he came out one of the best friends, which is Haydos. Best guy.
And he's a teddy bear.
Oh, he
Off
is.
the field, he's a teddy bear.
Yeah.
But he would have been
He is tough.
brick wall on the field.
I mean, I remember playing the warm-up games. Oh, shouldn't be called it warm-up games. It's a 3-4 day game. I think 3
It was
day
a
games.
tour game before the
Tour game.
Yeah.
It's like it's kind of first class game. I played against.
When he was
Queensland.
wearing a red
4-day
helmet.
red
So he
ball.
just got me charged in, and I started steaming in, and I hit him twice. One here, one there on the helmet. Right.
He poked
This
the bear.
guy did not even blink for 1 second. And I thought, oh, that's going to hurt him. But he just stood there, and guess what happened? He got 100. And then
love you, haters.
I know. He's very fearsome, and so is Justin Langer. Lange was
Just
fearsome.
because we were talking about this, I don't want to miss out the opportunity of talking about one more person who came the closest to you in speed, Brett Lee. And another Aussie character we want to talk about, and I want both of you to discuss how amazing of a person he is, and what sort of character he was on.
Just before you even start that, he hasn't lost it because you've been playing him in these Masters things as well. He's still steaming in like you played him in Birmingham last year.
He's very competitive. I mean, yes, he lost his pace. I mean, but he feels it's still the same, and his attitude is the same. We played in WCL as well, and he really wants to do the same thing which he used to do, and that showed the character.
You should
I
be
think
ready
he
for
was,
the bouncer
he
because
was,
he's
Luckily,
listening.
I didn't have to face him, to be honest. I mean, I was lucky not to face him.
I always said that he was a better athlete than I was. I mean, he was that he's very good looking, right? And he is a better athlete, but because the way he ran in, Shane Bourne and Brett Lee, I always believed that the far better the athlete than around the world. And then later part of the Dale Steyn came in, so he looked good. Mitchell Johnson looked great. I think the Brett has a fearsome attitude. It's a very easy action to pick.
Yeah.
But his pace was not very easy to pick. And when he gets going, and the best of his spell, I think, came out in 2003 World Cup. I think he was out of this world. And then I liked someone who's running in like this. I think I was a sight to see. I always watched him, never missed one ball when Brett Lee is bowling. So I always watched him. and I'm sure he did the same. Because
But he always complains about the fact that when he used to bat against you, why would you do that to him? He's like, I'm just a bowler. I'm leaving the 3 wickets and standing here, but he would still bowl at me.
Well, see, I was coming out of the injury, and Brett Lee came in, and I was bowling about 100 miles an hour, and then he came in, and then we just had a great night before the game. So then, we thought we were best of the friends, but little that he knows that, on the field, while I'm training, while I'm on the field.
You are no one's friend.
No, I'm nobody's friends, not even to my wife, while she's training, and I'm training. So she complains about it.
Wow.
Anyways, I just told Binga, listen, I'm standing about 100 meters away. I was shouting, look at me, I'm coming in. I'm coming in. Hangman is coming in.
Well, those were some of...
So just hit him up. I just told him I'm gonna hit you on the head. So
At least you warned him.
Don't, please don't. Even you warned him. If he come close to my neck, I'll be dead. So please don't. So I said I'll bowl in a Yorker. So I did that and never got out.
A
But
couple of years ago, we were in Oman
Yeah.
when you were playing the Legends League.
he was still running in.
So him and Brett Lee had an amazing
Yeah.
conversation with each other, which is still on YouTube. I would want all of you to
Well,
go and
shot
watch
by
it.
you,
It
by
was,
the way.
It was.
Yeah,
Yes, it
shot
was
by
good
you.
fun. You guys should watch it. It's a conversation between Shoaib Akhtar and Brett Lee is a treat to watch.
But that was a fun round of questions. So thank you all for sending us those fun questions. Time for a quick break here, but when we come back, we look ahead at tomorrow's game. It's Islamabad United once again up against Quetta Gladiators.